Good day, Pinoy Clicksers and Mixers. Welcome back to the channel. For this video, we're going to look at Xmen 97 Glow Ups. Let's go! Okay, so as I said, we're going to look at the Marvel Studios Heroclix Xmen 97 figures before and after, or whether they glowed up or not. But I would always say they glowed up. So looking at the boosters, once again, we can see there's a lot of figures, both villain and heroes from this new iteration of X-Men 97. And I'm going to compare the sculpts for this particular video from the last time we had X-Men animated. Okay, so you can see here, if I move to my right, okay, these are my collection of the minis for X-Men the animated series. Okay, and I just noticed right off the bat that there are more villains in the X-Men animated set compared to the X-Men 97 set. Okay, so which is fine. I think that particular set is much bigger than the newer one. Okay, considering also that there's a lot of colossals included in the X-Men animated previous set. Okay, so but we're not gonna look at the colossals. It's gonna be unfair because colossals will always be better in terms of sculpt and what you call this action pose compared to the minis. Okay. Oh, by the way, if you're watching this video, this will be a Christmas Day video. Okay, so it's gonna be Christmas Day here in the Philippines. So I usually release this video 8 p.m. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you had a blast today and yesterday from the Noche Buena. Okay, so and yeah, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna look only at the core characters or the main heroes for this particular video to keep it short. We're not gonna go through all of them, and we're gonna start with our main man, which is Wolverine. Okay, so this Wolverine from the animated series set. Okay, and now we have Wolverine in the X-Men 97 set. Okay, so as you know, there's been a sculpt scale increase in Heroclix, and you can clearly see it from the before and after. Okay, so this Wolverine, although it's very action pose with both claws out, okay, but this Wolverine on the right takes it, okay, very menacing, walking confidently towards you, ready to do what he does best. Okay, so this is definitely a glow up compared to the previous sculpt. Okay, so let's zoom in a little. Yeah, okay, left or right? For me, it's right. So we'll keep it here. So the next one is, let's go to Jubilee. Okay, so we have a couple of Jubilees in the new set, and comparing it in the old set, the difference here is not so prominent in terms of size. So you can see they're almost of equal size. The two version of Jubilee is with the sunglasses on and off. Okay, the previous one had sunglasses off, so we'll try to compare that. Oh, I actually like this one better, the old one. Okay, primarily because of the spark effect. Okay, so that's really the characteristic of Jubilee, but the two times up for the new one is not so appealing for me. Okay, although the face detail of this one, the new one, is much better than the previous one. Okay, but for me, overall, the older one gets it. Okay, so not two thumbs up, two thumbs down. Okay, Sige, so let's try to do a count of how many is better, glow up, and how many kept their reign supreme with terms of sculpt. Let's go with the next one, which is Gambit. Okay, so this is the classic style Gambit. Okay, with cards out, and of course we have a couple of Gambits in the new set. We have the shirtless Gambit and the tuxedo Gambit. Okay, so it was really surprising that there was no Gambit on with his classic costume in the X-Men 97 set, because this is the iconic one. Okay, so this is a close second because of the episode that he asked us to remember him. Okay, but for me, sculpt wise, the old one still takes it. Okay, very dynamic with powers manifesting, and again, that trench coat is just perfect. Okay, moving on. Let's go to the blue one, Beast from the old animation set. Sorry, not that one, not Cyclops. And so he now stood up as Beast. So the scale difference is very evident. Okay, well, you can see here. So I really go for the newer one in terms of Beast. Okay, because Beast is the smart guy, of course, and this particular sculpt represents it. Okay, like he found out something and wanted to point something out. So yeah, this one is more of he's ready to fight. Yeah, he sure does fight at times, but the wise Beast is what I remember him better. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is Storm. Okay, so again, another great sculpt from the X-Men animated series, sculpt flying with a cloud effect here. Okay, we did get a white suit Storm as a common in the new set, but I'm not a big fan of the mohawk style of hair. I like the long flowy hair of Storm. Okay, we did have a Storm with flowy hair, but as a super rare, and also with the black version of his costume. Okay, that's the post Forge storyline. Okay, in the show, and the effect now is lightning more than clouds, but I have to say I still give it to the old one. Okay, so let's put Storm there. Okay, let's go to the Jean Grey. Okay, so Jean Grey here, X-Men animated, and Jean Grey of the newer set. Okay, sculpt difference is very evident. Okay, and this one I like better because her hand is towards her head, which is what telepaths would often do more than telekinetics would do. So she's standing proud, communicating with the X-Men. So this definitely goes to Jean Grey X-Men 97. We also have a version of this as Madeline Pryor, but I did not put it here right now. So I guess we're tied. Okay, so 3 for the new one and 3 for the old one. Let's break that tie with Bishop. Okay, so, and I just found out there's no Bishop from the X-Men animated series set. Okay. Oh, maybe there is. Is it the Prime? No, that's from the House of X. Okay, but there is none, if I'm not mistaken, from the main set, from the X-Men animated set. So it's definitely a win for the X-Men 97 by default. Okay, but I would have loved it if this Bishop, if there's a second Bishop with long hair. Okay, because that's how I always remember Bishop. So I was surprised he got a haircut during the X-Men 97 show. Okay, so this one we'll put a little in the middle because he won by default. Let's go to Wolverine's friend, the Morph. Old and new. Okay. So the old one is how I really remember him. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of the mask. I don't know if it's mask or it's this is really the form of morph. Okay, the white face morph. Okay, so and he seems to be very, how we call it, very happy, very jolly. Okay, I remember morph being the grumpy morph like Wolverine, especially when Mr. Sinister had his way with him. It is the grumpy morph, okay, the evil morph, okay. So I'd probably give it to the old one, okay, because the transformation is seen here with him, Wolverine and whatnot. Whereas this new morph is only just standing there, hands on the hips. Yeah, old one. Okay. We're almost ending with the comparisons. How about we go with the sugar? And where is that sugar? This one, Rogue. This is the X-Men animated series Rogue, flowy hair, and common Rogue. Okay, new costume though. Costume definitely wise, the yellow and the green takes it. Okay, the green one I don't really like. Okay, we did have a yellow and green costume, but as a super rare. Okay, so this old one wins against the common figure, but the super rare definitely wins over the old one. Okay, so I'm gonna give it here to the new X-Men animated or X-Men 97. Okay, so there's three more and we're all tied up. Let's get a look at the Cyclops from the new and Cyclops from the old. So we have here, okay, so very dynamic pose for the old one, but the new one just really outshines him. Color wise, I think this one is much bluer, so much truer for me in terms of vividness of colors or animated sense of it. Okay, I don't know if you understand that. But anyway, this one not so shabby, but I have to go with this one. Okay, and there's also a super rare of this, which is the To Me My X-Men. Let me try to get that. There you go. So that really takes the cake, the To Me My X-Men. I will put it here. Okay. And then we go with X-Men animated Magneto. Okay, so I'm putting him part of the X-Men because after all, he inherited the wheel of Professor X. And the new one has a clean hair and then, how do we call it? Messed up hair. M is for messed up hair. And again, for this, the old one really takes this, that classic Magneto look. But there's a Chase Magneto that definitely overpowers this old Magneto, but I don't have it yet. So, but comparing it to the Magneto I have now, the old one really takes it. Okay. So we are tied. 5 glow ups and 5 retained. And we're gonna end it with the mentor themselves, Professor X from the old set and Professor X from the new set. See, very similar sculpt. Okay, with the hover chair, one arm. These are 2 arms on the head. Where do you go? Well, I go with the old one because again, the yellow is for me much better than the bronze look of the chair, and cannot beat that to me my Xmen word cloud. Okay, although that's not a feature in the old one, so this old new one had an advantage to me. Yeah, but I also like the how do I say it, the military uniform Professor X compared to the suit Professor X. I prefer this better rather than the long sleeve Professor X. Okay, so that goes to the new set, and that's it. We have finally decided that although there's a lot of great new pieces, there's still some old pieces worth keeping for display in the old X-Men animated set, and of course, great addition for Bishop. We'll try to do another glow up video if ever, just to look at the rest of the X-Men related characters. I know we haven't looked at Cable, Emma Frost. There's I think Callisto and Bolivar Trask. Okay, there are lots of it as that has been reused, not reused, but new versions of the same character. So we'll probably take another look at that. But for now, we're gonna wrap up this video, and it's important for you guys to share what you think about the video in the comments. Do you like the new one in terms of sculpt compared to the old one? Share your thoughts, and again, Merry Christmas, everybody! Bye bye!